Nintendo wants you to spend $500 on a console that you're not going to own. Because according to Nintendo's updated user agreement policy, it allows them to permanently break your console if they notice that it has been modified or that it's running pirated games. Now, we know that piracy has always been a problem within the industry, and Nintendo is famous for dealing with piracy in very harsh ways. But why would I buy a console with a kill switch in it? And this is not to complain about the fact that, I'm not trying to claim that I just want to buy a Switch 2 in order for me to pirate the games. Because me personally, when I have my consoles, I usually just buy the games. But the problem is that they still want to break your Switch if they notice that you have made any kind of modifications, either to the software or even the hardware. When you reserve the right to break my console following unauthorized use, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Does that mean that any kind of changes that I make to my Switch, you would be able to notice, and you would be able to turn my fucking Switch into a brick if you want to? Whatever you deem to be unauthorized use, they're not selling you a console. They're selling you a license to use the console that you paid for. That is the equivalent of a bitch asking me to take her out on dates and pay for everything and give her gifts and money. But then when I ask her, hey baby, when are we getting into a relationship? She tells me that she's already happy with her boyfriend. This is the equivalent of that. Oh, and also Nintendo wants to take away your right to sue them in a class action lawsuit, and they want you to call customer service instead. Talking about most matters can be quickly resolved in this manner. Also, they're making the games more expensive, but you're still not gonna be able to own them because when you buy the physical games, they don't come in the cart. They don't come in the cart. The cart is just the key for you to be able to download the bitch. At that point, why do you even have physical games in the first place? And why do you make them more expensive than the digital ones if they're basically the same thing? Yeah, Nintendo is cooked. The Nintendo Switch 2 is cooked. It looks like this is the only thing that Nintendo cares about. The new console doesn't seem like a consumer-friendly product, and I think that I've lost all interest in getting the new Switch. But let me know what you think about this in the comments.